Barbs, I know you're somewhere listening. I love you so very much. You have been the ultimate light in my life and career for so long. I appreciate you, and I want to make it very clear once again that this isn't about taking sides. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that for the rest of my life. I will care if anyone, anywhere, is being persecuted for their beliefs. Thank you.
Speaking of persecution, where is Nicki Minaj and the rest of these celebrities to voice the voiceless when Yasmina Aden of Seattle, Washington, a black Muslim Somali queer female, is being radiated, persecuted, tortured in her apartment in Capitol Hill neighborhood, the gayest neighborhood in Seattle, Washington? Where is she and her likes to voice anti-persecution against Africans being persecuted because I am Muslim and I am queer? Black churches are involved in my torture and crime against humanity. Military stealth weapon is being used. SIAP, it's the evangelical Zionist.
Baby, the year is not even over. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's November 2025. We got 3 more years of this shit. Let me be clear. I love Nicki. You know, some of the decisions that she's made, I do not, stand by. But love Nicki. And I love people not being persecuted for their religion. Duh. But Nigerians, what do you think? Niger, honey. Nigerians, we need to hear from you. Comment below. I just feel like, when hungry people were left to starve during the government shutdown, like, maybe there should have been more of a, I don't know, where was the outrage there? Anyway.
السلام عليكم. وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري وأحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Sister Hodo Hersi, shout out to you. You are extremely funny. But let me tell you something. I have predicted this. Back in 2023. Again, I posted on 2024, and this year at the beginning, that conservative think tanks has been prompting an African holy war, so-called crusades in Africa. And you have to remember, this is just the beginning of this whole dividing Africa into Islamic and Christian holy war. And they have been involved. By the way, African American churches are extremely part of this, extremely, because you have to remember these mega churches are not for Black Americans. These are CIA mind control operations, okay? And same as the Hollywood, by the way, is the Zionist CIA evangelical mind control operation. It has always been that way. And these celebrities, so-called Nicki Minaj and the rest of them, are part of this whole. And anyone who gets out of the line and don't go with the script, because they are sent and they're reading script. All of them, they send them. They're reading from the script, and they have to go with the project, because this is part of their project. Anyone who steps out of that the line is extremely punished, and the punishment for Blacks and Africans and African Americans and the Caribbeans is extreme. Yep, it's extreme. Zionists, punish Africans and black people the most cruel ways. I know this because I have been targeted by Zionists since 2016. So, what I have predicted includes southern part of Africa, which is extremely Christian. The churches also been involved in converting many people who are actually Orthodox Christian, including Ethiopians. And if you don't know about Ethiopians, the Habasha in diaspora, this is the time to pay attention how the Christianity has been weaponized against Africa. And by the way, this also goes to the Islamic Wahhabist sect, which is exactly the same. Because remember, evangelical, I already posted a video about this. Please check my page. Evangelicals are the real Zionists because when I talk about Zionism, people assume I'm only referring to Jewish. Yes, the Jewish Zionists are definitely included. But the Jewish, as far as number goes, are not even considered. The Christian far exceeds the Jewish Zionists because the Jewish are the ones who actually leading. They are the leadership. I already talked about this. But the majority of the Zionists in America are Christians evangelicals. And a lot of people overlook black evangelicals churches. They are part of this. Despite black people in America are the first one to be targeted and to pay the price of any Zionist extreme policies that also is very racist against black people in general. But when it comes to Africa, it's they are the first beneficiaries. They want to loot our resources for by conducting these holy wars in Africa. So I voiced my concern about, especially when these conservative think tanks or evangelicals were conducting criminal activities in Africa and funding operations to massacre queer communities in Africa, places like Uganda. I talked about this already. But unfortunately, people were celebrating. Both Muslims and Christians, they were celebrating when gay people were being burned alive. Okay, as a queer Muslim, Somali, African, outside of Africa, we were the only one who were talking about. Okay, and I'm talking about myself and few other activists, queer Muslims and queer Africans who are actually outside of Africa. But Muslims and Christians in unison, they were celebrating Africans being massacred. So Abaya Ma'an, Hodo, this whole fiasco is theatrical. And I'm watching, seeing this, people are just waking up to this reality now. This has been an ongoing situation. And guess what? The black churches in America are extremely part of this thing. This is the reason you've been seeing a lot of agent of chaos, so-called black leaders, the social media type of leaders, like Tariq Nasheed, being involved in dividing Africans and also claiming that black people are not Africans in America and they claiming to be Native American. Okay, I have no problem with that. Claim whatever you feel comfortable with, but please do not speak for us as an African, okay? And this is going to get only worse in Africa because they realize now young Africans are actually coming together, and after Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger, they have realized if Africans come together and they want to demand to benefit their resources, they would be in a huge problem, because guess what? The same cellular technology, the same cell phone that you are filming this footage, it's coming straight from Africa. Every component from this cell phone is coming from Africa. Well, at least the most crucial components are coming from Africa, specifically Congo. So as a Muslim and queer and African who's been paying attention to this, and I have seen this in a vision, how what they intended for Africans. It's not a good news for Africa. It's absolutely not good news. This is the time we actually come together, not divide each other based on our faith or our, demographics, and protect Black, queer Africans. African queers must be protected. I'm going to say this whether you like it or not, because guess what? They are coming for our resources, and they would use all tricks in the books to actually create havoc, create chaos, and wreak havoc in Africa.